Hello and welcome to Heslop Tech Talk. Joel, Josher, and Jeremy back with you. We got some Heslop Tech Talk running strong. Lots of great stuff today. This is Joel here. I have the tech channel at JCH Mobile with some good tech for you here. And Josh, when do you want to introduce yourself for the crowd here?
Sure. Josh Heslop. I run Josher14 gaming and tech reviews at youtube.com/Josher14, as well as Josher.net.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Jeremy, when do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, Mr. Host. Thanks for having me on this week. I'm Jeremy. I'm the eldest of the three J houses. I'm the owner of OmniTech Pro, and we help businesses succeed in technology. Winning.
How about, do you help JCH Mobile succeed? Are you sponsoring this episode?
Absolutely. Sponsored by OmniTech Pro. I'll give you 20 later.
These two
take Square Cash.
It's all about the Google Wallet. RIP.
I'll send you Bitcoins.
Not really. But hey, we got a great show today, and we got too many articles to talk back. So we'll actually have to cut back a bit on the articles today, but we're rolling with it. So we got first off, I'd like to start out with some goodness. We got a new LG watch was announced this week, along with announcing the Android Wear 2.0. And Android Wear 2.0 is going to add some cool functionality to Android Wear. And Android Wear has been pretty silent the last few months, not doing anything crazy to jump ahead. But I'll show you an article, the blog post from Google here. And so this is Android Wear 2.0. Make the most of every minute. So there's going to be more personalized watch faces. They have better workout integration with distance and calorie burns, new ways to use the apps. I like how there's a better response. Like if you can see on this little GIF here, there's better like little face responses when somebody messages you. So you can just pop up and answer easier and quickly at a glance. So that'll be nice. So Google Assistant then will be at your wrist. So a little bit more responsive with that. So they're just really trying to more polish out and make it more viable because, and in my opinion, Android Wear 1.0 was just simple and it was more for just your notifications and nothing crazy. It was really simple. So this will add just a little more functionality. But what I really think is pretty cool is that LG partnered with Google to bring new watches. So they have on the right here is what's the LG Watch Sport. And this actually has LTE built into it, into the band. So you can't actually change out the band unless you get another sport band because they have the antennas built right into the wristbands. And then the Sport, which is on the left, the three on the left, in the style, those are a cheaper option for $250. And they don't have the LTE and have some of the other functionalities, but I think they look a little better, in my opinion, a little more sleek and more stylish, you could say. But the Sport will be $350 when they come out, and the style will be $250. And so the Sport has like GPS and cellular and NFC payments. They have a video on Android Wear 2.0 that has like a guy getting out of bed and then running to the coffee shop and picking out okay, Google, call wife, and calls and he's talking to her. And he's like, croissants sound great, right? And then he takes back the croissants to his wife, and they have breakfast together, and kids appear out of nowhere.
Nice.
So
What I want to know is, are they going to be doing a LTE extension headband? Because I'm in for that.
But that's kind of interesting. I mean, they having the actual band be the bands of the LTE is kind of interesting, but that's a little worrisome if you think about durability in the long run. Like, what happens if you cut that or something happens? So the style has interchangeable bands that are quicker and easier to change out. So if I'm going to get either of them, I would get the style. My poor Moto 360 is actually docked over there it decides when it wants to connect to my phone and only connects like every other day, whatever. But oh yeah, can it be used with the V20? Actually, yeah. So the G Watches can be all Android phones, and as far as I know, they're going to keep compatibility with iPhones because Android Wear 1.0 is compatible with iPhones. They have a little bit less features with some of the voice integration, but they still have most of the features. So I'm looking forward to maybe the Android Wear 2.0 will have more features for iPhone as well, and be a overall better package for people to kind of jump over either side, because it's a good looking watch overall. So I think people that have an iPhone might want to jump on board with it. Just throwing on some different hats here. But yeah, I think it looks great overall. And my poor 360, Josh has it too. Won't be getting Android Wear 3.0 or 2.0, which stinks. The ones that are supported are listed on the website here. It's the G Watch R, G Watch Urbane, the Q Founder by Fossil, Casio ProTech. There's a bunch of lists of them. The second gen 60 and a few others, but
oh, okay. I was wondering because I'll probably pick up a 360 version too.
Yeah, exactly.
For cheap.
Actually, the first version and the second version of the Q Founder are going to get it. And the Q Founder, I can put a link in the description below, but the Q Founder right now, they have a special code on their site. You can get it for 130, which is
wow.
cheapest that you're going to get for Android Wear 2.0, because all of the rest are going to be 200 plus. But
Yep.
I like the Asus ZenWatch 3 because it looks really smooth and sleek. And so that might be the one I pick up later when it goes down in price a little bit. Cool.
Well, I'm glad to see finally something coming out of the Android Wear space.
Yeah, it's been a while. They haven't really put anything out big in a while, and it just kind of died down. And we were like, are they really going to continue it? But this should revitalize it and help get it back on track. But Jeremy, what do you got for us today here with NASA?
Cool. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So NASA coming out with some cool technology for their electronics, which I thought was kind of interesting on the tech side, that can withstand heat on the planet Venus. So this was pretty interesting. Let me pull up the page.
You're my Venus. You're my fire. Oh, NASA. Getting us thinking about Venus again.
We like those.
Just like Gillette.
So they were able to print an integrated circuit. And this is just showing the top and the bottom, if you guys can see that here. Yep. So the top one was before they did testing. The bottom was after testing at 570 Kelvin and for like 500 hours. So the last probe that was sent to Venus was by Russia, and it only lasted like 110 minutes before it burned up and they lost the communication. So it's pretty cool technology, the ability to keep circuits running, transistors and circuits and gold and metal running at that high heat. I guess 735 Kelvin on Venus, pretty harsh atmosphere. The other cool thing I thought was interesting that came out of this is that same technology will be able to be used on Earth, on normal things, but on different space ships and aircrafts and stuff here to be able to improve the operations and emissions. So.
Or just down here in Texas, because it's hell
down there.
It's hella hot down here right now, man.
Exactly.
You can boil an egg on my forehead.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, it was pretty cool to see them come up with some new things to explore different planets and just overall getting some new science on. So
yeah, I love the innovation there. That's awesome, guys. Breaking news. I'm sure you're going to be heartbroken here. Micah just informed us that Club Penguin is shutting down. Moment of silence. Yeah, that was great.
No. What am I going to do with all those game cards that I bought?
Oh, no. Yeah, all of them.
Spending all of parents' credit cards on party hats and ribbons and stuff.
Yeah, my kids are going to be devastated.
Gosh, you've been cooking up something new over the last few days or so here. What do you got for us? What
Oh my gosh. So I'll give you a little taste of what I've been doing. This is a bracket for a CPU heatsink, and I've had to start to shave off the top because I have a 2 CPU build. It's a server slash,
Motherboard.
it's basically just a server motherboard with 2 Xeon X5660s, which are I forget what the actual code name is called for them, but it's something like Treadstone or something like that. But they're dual 2.8 gigahertz and 6-core, 12-thread. So I'm going to have 12 cores in this build. I don't know why I'm doing it, but I can. Yes, I can has. And so a little update. I finally got Windows 10 running on it. And for right now, I'm going to be throwing my GTX 670 in there and doing some quick benchmarks on some just easy 1080p stuff. And then who knows, maybe I'll throw my 970 or 980 in it and we'll see how it really performs. But I'm going to be doing a bunch of benchmarks and doing some videos with that. So look forward on the Josh 14 channel for more coverage on that.
Yeah, and I'll add a link in the description below. Josh actually did a pretty cool live stream where he was putting together all the main parts of it. I stopped in for a little bit to say hey. And
I almost burned the whole thing down because the heat sinks.
Right, heat sinks and everything. So it started beeping all over the place. And
there's no fan on this thing. What the heck? So basically just 2 of these slapped together will not cool dual Xeons by themselves. So it's made to be in a server case where there's like a shroud that comes over it and there's a fan like right out. So it basically just funnels the heat and pushes it out. So I didn't have that. I was just improvising. And so I threw some cheap 92 millimeter fans on top of these. I just placed them on top and kept my case on the side. And I was getting around 65 Celsius temperatures, which if you go on Speed Fan, the app, it still showed the fire symbol. So that's why I'm throwing some aftermarket heat sinks on here. And so hopefully we'll get some good temps out of it.
You're using Premiere, right?
Yes, I got Premiere Pro. I think it's CS6 still what I'm using.
But it still should, when it's rendering and doing transitions and stuff and building things out, it should take advantage of the multiple cores. So
of all the cores, yep, exactly. Yeah. So that's what since I've got the 4K with Panasonic G7 and with my unique Q500 4K drone, I'm gonna have lots of 4K footage to
crunch
data through. So it'll be fun. Very excited about it. And so it's been fun to tinker with and mess around with. And like I was pretty in over my head to start with, but now I think I've got a good handle on it, and just a matter of just shaving off some plastic here and there, guys. So
whatever works.
Exactly.
They were having a lot of gibberish in the comments of our Hangouts message. I understood like 10% of it as it was flying by. Jeremy was like, "Oh, you need this, this, and this." Josh was like, "Oh yeah, I should have done this." I was like, "IDK, have you turned it off and turned it back on?"
Step 1 of PC Master Race. Did you reboot?
Yes, totally.
Right? Did you click them in all the way? Oh, you did? Oh, I don't know.
Don't knock clicking it in all the way. We had a client who was using USB-C. They got one of the new HP Spectres, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know why the dock's not working with the USB-C." Well, they weren't pushing it in all the way. It needs to click, and they were like about 95% in. And
yeah, actually,
like, oh, why my Ethernet not work?
Questions about that, because on the V20 and other phones, it needs to push in a little farther, and then you hear a click, but it does give a little give either way, because it's able to be reversible like that. And people have been asking, they're like freaking out. They're like, "My V20
it won't charge.
Give left or right. Is that okay?" Like, comes out. I was like, "Yeah, that's fine. It's why it's reversible. It's able to do that. Just make sure it clicks in." So, yeah. So, Jeremy, you got some. Speaking of innovation, with
well, this is pretty cheesy port innovation, but for all those that don't want to spend tons of dollars on like a Mophie case or some kind of carrying around some kind of 10,000 milliamp hour Android case or something, somebody came out with exactly. Somebody came out with a case that actually has a USB and plug on the back of the case. So if you're just like chilling around, you're just like, oh, I'm only 10% battery. You can plug directly into the wall. So I just thought it was a novel concept and just was kind of like, oh, this is kind of cool. So I'll play the clip a little bit. It's not super loud, but just the different scenarios that people have gotten into for this. It's it's your typical kind of big butted one like Mophie. Let's pull it out and ask the guy to plug it in at the cafeteria. Yeah, you're like, that's gonna really happen, but it's kind of cheesy, but at the same time, I might rock it, because there's those couple times where you just bag or all your equipment and you need to plug it in. So yeah. I just thought it was a neat little thing. Wanted to make fun of it, but also, let people know in case they thought it was cool.
How much is it?
That is a good question. Let's see. They have it's an Indiegogo, and I just saw it, but it was gone. They are $49.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it does have a 200 milliamp battery in it, so I didn't know that. No, I didn't.
200, not 2,000.
That's correct. No, 2,000 milliamp. 2,000 milliamp.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was like 200.
Yeah, not 10,000, 2,000. Yeah, so 2,000 milliamps, 28-inch USB cord, and the adapter right in there. So, it's not 10,000 like Joel's cool case, but now you can charge it in the middle of the day if you want.
That's legit. I mean, hey, I can't knock that. I think that's a solid thing. I mean, as kind of dorky as it might be, it works. And it's
what are the colors?
Is there just that gray and blue? Or
so they have like a white, a gray, and a black. Let me show you.
Okay. I like the gray and blue. That's a good color scheme since I have a lot of gray and blue in here.
Is it Cosmic Galaxy Universe black?
It is very much black. I'm not sure what they call it. It looks like kind of like a
that Chindo.
It's not very shiny.
Gotcha. So if you got the shiny iPhone, you'll be disappointed.
Anything that is really trying to cover the bottom. So,
yeah. Hey, does it add a headphone jack?
I don't know. I haven't seen the bottom of it.
No.
It has a hole for a headphone jack. So. So if you have the 7, maybe it gives you the option to have a Bluetooth headphone adapter. My guess is no, probably not.
Yoga that actually had a battery case that was a 4,000 milliamp battery case that had it added an headphone jack onto it. So,
yes, I did see that. Yeah.
7 Plus. A couple other brands, I think it's Scipio, or maybe it was one of them, came out with another like aftermarket one that you can get too. So that's pretty interesting. Josh, tell me about this this robot of nightmares a little bit here.
Yes, so this is on TechCrunch, and basically the company called Agility Robotics has created this robot called Cassie that is a bipedal robot that does the chicken walk. So you see it there looking straight out of RoboCop, and descended from Atreus, another bipedal bot with unique leg motion. But while Atreus looks like more of like a naked Dalek, Cassie resembles nothing if not a newborn ED-209, whatever that is. Okay, but it was that basically came out of originally the team at Oregon State University. And I'm not going to play this whole video, but if you can see this motion, that's pretty cool.
Well,
Battery.
self-balancing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
they're
very.
While I was reading through the article and I read some other ones on it, but they're trying to get better at the bipedal motion of like a human like motion. And so far, the best way they've done it is like that backwards knee type thing with like
Right.
Ostrich.
so it kind of looks a little creepy, but that's so far been the most balanced with the robots that they've had. And so they're figuring out ways to improve that motion, but it looks pretty cool. There's other videos on the internet of it walking around. It looks really weird and creepy, like popping in the room and just like jumping around. You're like, whoa, what is that?
It reminds me of like the raptors from Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does. And so you get some teeth on there and some claws, and that'll be creepy. But yeah, so if any of my friends out here are still rocking the Pokemon Go, as of yesterday, it started a new event. I love when Pokemon Go does events and things like that. So I'll show you what we got here. This is a little bit of a Valentine's Day love here. So love is in the air all around me. Oh, sorry, that's love actually.
All the pink Pokemons.
So all the pink Pokemon get more like Clefable, Clefairy, etc. Chansey and Porygon. I haven't got a Porygon yet though. And then eggs like Cleffa, Igglybuff, and Smoochum. These are fun names, huh? We'll have a greater chance of hatching. But the cool things is that when you catch Pokemon, it's doubled to 6 candy. And then when you're hatching Pokemon, the candy's doubled. And then if you're transferring Pokemon, it actually doubles. So if you have a bunch of like Pokemon you're trying to get rid of, or you have just 2 Pokemon and you need 3 to power something up, then you can do those 2 and it'll give you 4. Transfer them because they're 2 each when you transfer now. And so it's just fun. Lure modules are 6 times as much. They're actually will go for 6 hours instead of 30 minutes, which is pretty crazy. So a fun little thing that'll go till February 15th. If you're still trying to catch them all, then this will be a better opportunity for you to catch some of those ones. And the Pokemon that's your buddy Pokemon, if you it has a higher rate of being caught and stuff like that too. So
that's good. That's good.
Things that are built into the game for a few weeks, a week or so here now till 15th, and a little bit more incentive to get out there and catch some more. But well, cool. Jeremy,
Nice.
what is that with some rumors coming up? You're talking about an iPhone case. To continue that here, what are some rumors that we got going on here?
Yeah, so there's a lot out there. The biggest one right now that I've seen is the iPhone will have an OLED display. And as we know, that's going to be awesome. Everybody can rejoice, finally catching up with Android. And but the bad part is that probably going to be costing more than $1,000 for the top of the line model.
Right.
You know, especially if they talk about all the different things that are added in there, which I know Joel was going to talk about a couple of those with the whatever they're going to call the next iPhone 8 or 7S or 7XS or something funky. But it is intended to carry out the iPhone next year, so we will, or actually this year. So we'll see what they actually do with it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Is it still jarbling a little bit with my mic?
You're good now.
You're good now.
I switched inputs. So yeah, that the iPhone, it's pretty crazy because from what I've been reading is that both Samsung and LG have been fighting over who's going to get the OLED manufacturing rights for the iPhone 8 or whatever the next one is, because that will be millions and millions and millions of dollars up for grab with that. So it's pretty interesting, and I don't know what that'll mean for kind of the industry with Apple, but they definitely want to jump on that, Samsung and LG, and both of them make great panels, great LED panels. So it's going to look good either way. I think Samsung has one of the best panels for a smartphone in the game right now. with their S7 and S7 Edge and RIP Note 7. But the Note 8 will have another great one. And with that, there's also the big next rumor then that I saw was that there is wireless charging that is supposed to be coming. So that's the big thing that I keep seeing reported is that, you know, they did away with the headphone jack, and that now the next thing to go is rest in peace to the lightning cable. They're trying to get rid of all cables on the iPhone and do wireless charging. So wireless charging has been hit or miss. It's Qi charging and the power mats are kind of two things that have been here for a while, but they haven't been too mainstream, and Samsung's trying to push that forward with Qi charging, and it's done pretty well to help that. But now if Apple releases a Qi charging or another type of wireless, knowing them, they'll make up their own wireless charging, call it like awesome charging or something. But if they add wireless charging to the iPhone 8 or iPhone whatever, it's really going to make wireless charging kind of the new future here with charging. So,
but I mean, that
sleek design. So,
but the problem is what if your wireless charger breaks? You just have to buy another one. I mean, or what if your phone gets hit off the wireless charging base? I mean, if they don't have something that keeps it in there, and that's been the problem with most wireless chargers is it's just you put it on the pad or you put it on the little pedestal or whatever, and it charges. Well, they need a better implementation of that. But knowing Apple, they'll, you know, make it like the Magic Mouse where you just plug it into the bottom. Yeah,
we'll see. I mean, there's a couple different rumors going on with wireless charging. The one obviously being what's currently out there with the Qi charging and different things. And they do pretty well now with like the Apple Watch with it, you know, having a magnetic, it kind of links up to the charger. So they could have something like that. The other thing that they're talking about is getting static energy kind of through the air charge. So you just have your iPhone near the charger within 5 or 10 feet, and it charges the phone that way. Very, very small amounts, obviously, can only go over that. But I think there were some patents I saw recently on the iPhone for that. Well, so we'll see. We'll see what they come out with.
I'm going to be trolling those patents like nobody's business.
Do it. Buy them up.
Like this has 3 coils, so they'll have like one here, one here, one here. That way, like when you put on your phone, it'll have a wider range. But the problem is like if you're Qi charging and it's here, you might have to move it to the left or the right or like this. You know, sometimes it's a little off. So if you can get a proximity of up like to like a foot, that would be awesome. To have like a rubber stand that like is really grippy, that's not going to make it knock off the sides. Like this is a really nice one. But Qi charging isn't as well known for all of that. But,
yeah, right, but it'll be interesting to see what they pull out.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for it. I think that that'll be good. Let me adjust this real quick.
I've got some quick Surface Book 2 news.
All right. Ooh, nice.
From autoworldnews.com. it's definitely rumor mill. They're just saying, hey, it's still going to have 13.5-inch 4K. It's going to be able to support the Microsoft the VR headsets that they've been talking about with like using probably Intel 620 or 630 graphics, and also may have a 4K display because it's not that big of a jump to go up to 4K from the 3000 by 2000. So it's basically just like 400 by 160 pixels more. And then it said it'll have more 3D graphics. So may have. I'm really hoping it has Thunderbolt. So on both the Surface Book 2 and the Surface Pro 5. So I want to get that external GPU magic going. So, but the price they said is expected to start around $1,499, just like the original 2015 Surface Book, not the performance base. So, yeah. And hopefully March 2017. If I don't know, I mean, it's only 6 months after the the service book with performance base, so I don't know if they're going to push it to the fall or not. But I mean, who knows? Auto World News knows, apparently.
Right.
That's interesting.
Last up for my articles here, I have a pretty cool little idea here. So one of the things that it seems that parents are battling with these days are their kids having too much screen time and maybe being inside too much. And that was something that this kind of tried to help with. And so this is called the Pixel without the E, so no copyright infringement from Google. It's a child
Wouldn't have it anyway.
smart case that masquerades as a camera. So basically what it is this is a cool way to lock in a phone. So their pitch is that you take an old iPhone that you had or take a whatever, and it fits a myriad of phones. It locks into it. And you clip it in, and then you have a little connector in there that activates an actual physical shutter. So it makes it so that you have this little enclosed camera that is super rugged, that's water resistant and well protected, that you can hand to your kid. And then it has a built-in app, and they can add effects to it that you can have the app on there. And then they have little activity cards that you can use that tell them to like go take a picture of a tree for this many points, and go do this with a sibling, or go do that. And so their idea here with Kickstarter is to get the kids out, to get them something to do, and add some creative things going. So it says this is $20 to $30, which is pretty crazy. That's the early bird, $20. So I mean, for $20, you can grab a pretty cool product that can get your kids thinking and playing. And I know a lot of people that have an old iPhone 4 or have something laying around that they let their kids play games with anyway. You pop it in there, and that be their camera to play with, and that'll add some durability to it. I think it's a really fun thing, and to get them making videos and photos. And you might be annoyed about how many times your kids are taking pictures of you, but hope they'll get them outside and thinking. And I love the creativity there. And hey, if I had kids, I'll get it. I might just get it for myself because it's cool.
Well, Linus just did a video on should you GPS track your children. And so you may need that if the card says, go to the dark alley and take a picture of a hobo.
Exactly. Yep.
But it's called the Snow Fox, and I think it's on Indiegogo as well. Let me see how much it is.
Check out one.
No, this is actually, it has a calling system where you can actually send your, you can actually talk to your child, and if they press it like long enough to where they can actually talk to you, and
so it has like a button on it, and they can put on the and stuff. Okay,
yeah. If they press the button once, it tells their parents they're thinking of them, and on a text message, and then if they hold it down, but it's like $10 a month to keep up the service or whatever, so it's not horrible. And I think it costs like $175 or $199. But yeah, he tested it out with his kid, and
tweeting about it, he's like, is this unethical? I don't know what this is. Like, this seems weird, but
oh yeah. I mean, it is like in today's day and age where you've got Amber Alerts and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you got to think of there's a fine line, and can it be used for evil? Of course, because some creeper can just throw it in a kid's backpack at school, and then be tracking them, or parents can track their own child pretty unobtrusively with just hey, it fits on your backpack as like a cool charm. So it could go both ways, but it's good that the technology is getting out there. And I mean, they've had GPS trackers before, but this is more aimed at for seniors. So you got your grandpa that wanders off frequently, and that is an actual better use case for it, because we do have in Houston, I mean, we get a lot of oh, Bessie's, walking around in her pajamas again. And, usually we know where she lives because we've taken her back a few times. But, at the same time, you got those guys that they just get in their car and they start driving. And we had one guy just drive to Louisiana or Florida or something like that. And until state troopers pulled him over. So, but yeah, it's interesting. So between the if I give my girls, especially Evelyn, if I gave her the camera thing, I would have to GPS track her. So
she'd be like all over the neighborhood checking things out.
Fire truck, daddy, and she's running away. Ah!
See ya. I mean, unless you really want to lose your kids, then this would be a horrible product,
Exactly.
Cool. You guys have any other thoughts or anything you would add to the tech mix here?
Well, everyone can just buy me things for Valentine's Day, so that'll be great.
For events at the Microsoft store.
That is going to be on the 24th of February. It's going to be on a Friday night, 6:30 at Microsoft store at Baybrook Mall in Friendswood, Texas. And we're going to be talking about how to make it in YouTube and game on the Surface products, Surface Pro 4 and the Surface Book with performance base. And I'm going to have my camera set up. And so basically just show some people some tech and talk tech with them and maybe how they can improve their entrepreneurship. And we're going to have a lot of fun. So hopefully there'll be some snacks there too.
Cool. Yeah, I'm ready for Valentine's Day. This is what I'm sending to my wife for Valentine's Day.
Hey-o.
There's a plethora of puns that will win out this Valentine's Day for sure. Well, cool, guys. Hey, well, thank you so much for stopping by. Links will be in the description of some of the articles we talked about, some of that event that's coming up for Josh's YouTube and Jeremy's website and YouTube. All good links down there. Here's another one. You stolen a piece of my heart. Oh. Wah, wah.
Unbelievable.
Dad jokes coming out.
Dad jokes.
Guys, hey, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been fun. I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll catch you guys coming soon. I'm going to be streaming some Overwatch later tonight. And come hang out with that and play some games. And I will see you guys later. But as always, keep it classy.